He's over 1,100 yards receiving so far and looking for more. It's the Rams and the Chargers under the lights on Sunday night.
Night beginning to fall over Southern California, but the lights are shining bright here at this. The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. So out come the Rams now for their first possession. They're led out by a three-time Pro Bowler, owner of over 35,000 passing yards in 11 seasons, the veteran Andy Dalton. And Dalton going to throw right away. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Kelvin Joseph. And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football.
And part of why they came to this week with a winning record is that they feed off of mistakes like this. And now it's a prime opportunity. Just moments in the game to get a short field touchdown off of their big defensive play. Now on the other side, they were already the underdog in this one. They just made it.
And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And now the Rams have got it. Going the other way. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. And I guess we're back to square one. A rocky start here. A turnover followed by a turnover.
Not exactly what we expected going into the game, but I always wonder about the nerves and people starting, the emotions of the game.
Oh, he's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet. And he's got room. Loose inside the 30. And he takes it back to the house. It's a fumble recovery and a Charger touchdown. Huge play by the defense, not only to force the fumble, obviously, but to return it for a touchdown. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look.
After review of the play,
so now an overturn. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Dalton off play action. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up third. Backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Third down, a shot here for Dalton. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's fourth down. Fourth down, so on is the punter, Riley Dixon. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and it'll be Charger football here as they take over. Heading back out, the Chargers offense. We get a peek at the playoff picture of the AFC. What we do know, Charles, they will be in the playoffs. They currently sit at pole position number 1, but nothing's set in stone right now. They still have to earn that top spot.
And it makes me reflect back to preseason when you and I do our tours of camps. The prevailing message in each and every one of them was what? Win the division.
Win the division.
Win the division. You know you're in the playoffs. It means something. It means a home game. It means a number of other things, but winning the division is paramount. You're right. They won't step off the gas here. Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
Now it's 2nd and 9. The first carry now for Tony Pollard. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The Rams calling on their nickel set here defensively for 3rd down. Out of the gun, Herbert. Swinging this out for Pollard. And he is going to have the Chargers first down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6. The Chargers at 14-1 now on the year. And they've certainly found their groove of late. Winners of 5 in a row.
And this team is absolutely playing their best football right now. This is the best that we've seen them play in a long time, partner. The sky's the limit as far as they're concerned. Their confidence really soaring.
The decision to keep it turns out to be a good one. 11 yards in the first down. Two yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. On second down, it's Pollard. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time. And not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
And this is taken in at the 5. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Bounds right there. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. Pollard will score. Touchdown, Chargers. Everybody in the stadium knew what they were going to do right there, CD. 3 tight ends on the field, all that extra bulk, and they run it in. And you saw where that one went, right? You run it over your best blocker. You can just see the head coach right now. I want to run this one over the big boy. And they got it done. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback. And the Rams getting set to go now. As we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes? I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league. And big people... Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. Extra point good by Hopkins, and it's now 14-0. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception. Navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback. He's had a great season, plenty of touchdown passes, but that last throw, not one of his finer moments as it was returned for a touchdown on the pick 6. Now he starts again here, 1st and 10. They'll begin on the ground with Akers. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. The numbers for him from a week ago: 17 carries, 83 yards.
After the last game, they have plenty of reason to be confident in their running game. And even though they're facing a top 10 defense, they're not going to shy away from doing what they do best. Make them adjust to them. Make them stop what they do before they go to any type of a change-up.
So the completion good for just 3. And that's going to make it third down and less than a yard. They'll try and run for this with Akers. And he will have the first down, but he winds up taking a pretty good shot that time. That right there, a good sign for a team that's had trouble converting third down so far this year. They're in the bottom 5 in the NFL, but they come through there.
Yeah, and I bet if we put our guy Marvin on the case and say, Marvin, tell us where they rank on 3rd and what, right? I bet they're in the top 5 in the league on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7 or more, because that's how you end up not converting. Just too much yardage you pick up on 3rd down.
2nd and 5 now. Dalton. And here's another interception, the 3rd of this first quarter. Picked off by Kelvin Joseph. And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football. They'll go with Pollard here on first down. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Charger first. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. First down, and it's Pollard again. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Charger first down. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day.
Charger football to start quarter number 2. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on second down and 11. Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
The Rams go nickel here defensively on third. On third down, it's Pollard. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense. A little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them. They did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
Well, they already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback. Andy Dalton and his offense back out there now. He was intercepted on that last drive, the third one he's thrown in this first half alone. We'll look to right the ship here, first and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. Second and 10 coming up. So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10. They'll go again here with Akers. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. You know, Charles, for this defense, look, it's no secret. You're facing a team that is really, really struggling. They haven't won in what seems like forever. But sometimes a desperate team can be a dangerous team, right?
You're exactly right about that, but they shouldn't be. When they're on that type of a losing streak, it's incumbent upon you to take charge of this game early and not give them any reason to hope. Get out and attack them and make sure you knock them back on their butts.
Fielded just inside the 30. It'll be a 41-yard punt. Give them 5 on the return. And they will take over first and 10. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. The best way to do it, touchdowns.
On the move to his left. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Let's go now.
So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10. get this up to about the 40.
42 yards on the ground for him so far.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
And some good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line.
Give him 12 yards there, and the Chargers have a first down.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium, because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit him over the
into a double team, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Ernest Jones. And the Rams are going to take possession of the football. So really the first speed bump that this offense has encountered. They'd had the rule of the roost here in this first half, but now slowed up just a bit by the interception.
And there's a chance that that's a wake-up call for them, because you don't want to go on autopilot too early. That team on defense is capable of making some plays similar to the one they made right there.
Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it's second down.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A.
Cam Akers with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Rams are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that'll cut the lead to 17-7. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away.
Fields it right around the goal line. And he returns this to the 22. Offense back out there, and we shine the spotlight on the Memphis man, Tony Pollard.
It may just be the second quarter, but he's in his zone, well on his way to eclipsing that 100-yard mark.
And when a back has a game, as we're witnessing right now, his name's going to be in the books, but it's really a collective deal, isn't it? Because that means he's getting plenty of blocking, a lot of help from his teammates, but he's making the most of it.
Yeah, he's made the most of it to this point.
Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10.
At their own 22. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. An excellent run there coming from out wide.
And we used to consider these jet sweeps to be gadget plays or something a little bit unusual, right? But now most teams have some version of this play in their playbook. And I think it's a lot because of the receivers that are being developed nowadays. These guys look like running backs, even though they're playing out on the perimeter.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
On the draw, it's Pollard. And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line.
Holding, offense.
So that run play nullified by the holding call on the tight end.
Yeah, I just think he needs to get off the ball a lot quicker and get into the block a little bit more effectively. Then he doesn't have to reach and grab and try and hold on.
Throwing right, and that's complete.
And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. He's got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Chargers. CeeDee Lamb, a
20-yard touchdown. And his guys now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. Hopkins with the extra point, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback. The Rams offense now making their way out to take over.
Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've gotten pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, playing the same tempo, the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
2nd and 10. Dalton once more.
That's out to the flat for Akers. Finding space at the 40.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
It'll be a first down for the Rams there on a pickup of 18.
Throwing, Dalton. Buying time to his, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Another try after the first down sack. Dalton over the middle. That's hauled in by Cup. Call it a gain of 3 on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
They'll go with Akers here up the middle.
And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Dixon, the punter, is on as he sends it away. Fielded at about the 28. So a change of possession here on the punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field.
And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. And we'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as is left on the clock, I would imagine it would be the latter. I think they're going to try and add on to it. So what they're going to tell the team is very simply, if you can get out of bounds after making a play downfield, terrific. If you can't, everyone hustle to the line of scrimmage, either run another play or clock it and start over again. As a coaching staff, you can call just about whatever you want because you understand you have guys who reliably take away those massive shots downfield. You're not as worried about giving up the big one.
Herbert takes it and just pops it forward.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
Herbert now. And that is incomplete.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away.
And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that,
yeah,
right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
Dalton's throw pulled in by Jefferson.
And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. First and 10 for Dalton. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football and picked up by the Chargers. And they are going to score on a fumble return. Touchdown, LA.
Well, Charles, not only did they fumble the football, but they're starting to fumble away their chances here a little bit. We've got a 3-score ball game now here in the first half.
The last thing you want to do, partner, is help the other team with turnovers. You want to hang on to the football because you're already playing against a good team. You're just making it easier for them by giving them extra opportunities.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25.
The Rams about to go on offense one final time in this first half. And I don't think they need to be reminded of the situation here. I mean, the clock is dwindling. 3-score deficit waiting for them at halftime unless they can get something on the board here before intermission.
Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Dalton now to pass. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. This will be Dalton again. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Derwin James with a pick.
And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football.
So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it, and that will extend their lead even further.
So not the greatest of first halves for him, but a little ray of light here at the end. The late turnover becomes 3 points before the break.
Well, they certainly needed something positive to go their way. Maybe 3 points doesn't seem like a huge deal in the grand scheme of things, but at least it's something to build on as they head into the half.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just one play.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line.
Well, we're in the latter stages of this season. Everybody's getting antsy, so antsy that we're going to skip the halftime and get ready for the 3rd quarter.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone.
Oh, a good-looking return set up here.
And they'll have this all the way out to the 50-yard line. Excellent field position.
That's a tremendous start to the 3rd quarter. These guys had their foot on the gas the entire first half. They continue to keep the accelerator down.
And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. And with the final fortnight of games upon us, teams jockeying for position. Some of these games really starting to take enormous importance as they always do this time of year.
I like how you use fortnight.
You're impressed,
Yeah, I am impressed. That means 2 weeks if I'm not mistaken, correct? But how about exactly what you're talking about? Going down the stretch, how much importance is placed on these games. Look, everyone talks about every game's important. When you get to this time of year, maybe that importance gets quadruple. And that's where we are right now to see who can make their last run, their last push to get into the playoffs.
3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down? Here's Herbert.
He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb.
And this is caught.
And he's going to be out of bounds all the way down at the 2. So close.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Now here's Pollard. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really...
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Chargers. Tony Pollard with his 28th touchdown, drawing level with Sean Alexander for the 2nd most in a single year.
And the Chargers take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away.
And William Wilson's going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback.
Out come the Rams. They'll have it first here to begin the third quarter. Dalton, 1st and 10.
That's into the hands of Akers, complete.
And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
A give up the middle to Akers.
And he works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
This defense just continues to bottle up that ground game. And look, I mean, the deficit right now for this offense is so big that it might not matter. But you're still in the third quarter. They're probably going to have to try things through the air, Charles.
I agree with you totally. That's what they'll have to do. They do need to run it occasionally to take a few hits off the quarterback, because right now, you just know those pass rushers are fired up to get after him.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Good coverage there holds them to just a 2-yard return following a punt of 44. And out will come the offense as they take over.
From a star in college to a star in the NFL, CeeDee Lamb at wide receivers, he brings out this offense.
And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
2nd and 5 now.
Herbert. Pass to Tony Pollard out of the backfield.
And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the 1st down, and that's exactly what he did.
They run straight ahead here with Pollard. Takes it to about the 37.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
3rd and 2, Herbert. Looking left side, he's got it, complete.
And he is going to have the Chargers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
This is a nice job of just taking what the defense is going to give you on 3rd down. You're not looking for a big play downfield. You just want to find something that can get you past the marker. They found it, and were able to keep the drive moving.
And brought down there by Taylor Rapp.
Well, they gave up a few yards there, but all in all, I think it's a pretty nice job defensively against the Jets sweep. If they don't slow him up, he might take it to the house, so they'll take that play every time on the defensive side of the ball.
And he'll be brought down at about the 42.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Here's J.K. Scott now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. The Rams offense now, they get set and head back onto the field.
Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. this one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. Let's see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down.
Now the hook up here to Allen Robinson. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49.
Back now at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood.
And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. Now Dalton with a 1st and 10.
Throw left side, taken in by Jeff.
And I think the ball's out. And picked up by the Chargers. And I don't know that fumble's going to matter a whole lot. We look at the deficit here in the fourth. It doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head.
Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about, we're going to address this come practice next week because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point, but being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help him improve.
Pretty solid run here on 1st down. Almost picked up another first, but he appears to be a few inches short. And I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this fourth quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building and bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game.
Going to run again here with Pollard. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there, 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from walking down.
And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Tony Pollard, 49 yards.
And the Chargers add another 6 points to what's going to be a blowout victory.
Extra point good by Hopkins. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away.
And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback.
And the Rams now coming out on the field.
It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case.
A 1st down throw coming for Dalton. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. On 2nd and 10, Dalton. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
Yeah, he's just throwing the ball up for grabs now. Fortunately, that one going to fall incomplete.
3rd down from the gun. Dalton. He'll get this one to Kupp, complete. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32. They'll go for a gain of 7. And it'll be 4th down. Here's Riley Dixon now, as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. This is taken at the 23. It's a 43-yard punt, a return of 5.
Chargers offense back onto the field.
And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? The best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions, but the game certainly not taking us there.
Oh, I hear the remotes clicking off right now.
165 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Here's Pollard again. He'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 7 yards there and a first down.
And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Pollard going to try the right side. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. It'll be a handoff to Pollard. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now a give here to Pollard. And some nice running, going to get him down close to a first down at the Rams' 13-yard line. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler, and he'll fight his way down right around the 12. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
Hopkins' kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away.
And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback. The Rams ready to go on offense. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games, and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. And Dalton to throw.
They'll set up the screen here to Akers. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
And it'll be Dalton again.
Akers back-to-back catches. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
Well, they got to get to the line quickly. Here's Dalton. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds and complete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they've forced in this runaway contest.
Man open, it's Cup. He's got it.
And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
It certainly was, and I think